Hey guys, we are back with some more Bleach Brave Souls Hard Guild Quest. Today we're going to be looking at ranged and no affiliation. So here's the setup that we are rocking with. And before we get into it, let's go ahead and look at some of the builds that you could potentially run. And, you know, I think when it comes down to units that you want to use as your SP lead, I think that there are a few options here that can work out really well. A team that I see a lot of people run, which unfortunately I can't mimic in this specific setup, is the Burn the Witch setup. So you have Christmas Noel, you have Christmas Ninny, and then you also run someone like Bruno. You can run this version of Noel right here. That is one potential setup that you could do. If you were looking at something more like melee no affiliation, you want to run somebody like our White Ichigo from, I think it's Cacao Society, or Spirit Society White Ichigo. And, you know, that setup works out really nicely, but the way I'm going to be doing things is, I wouldn't say, it's probably the more traditional way of doing no affill. We've got Artwork Ichigo in slot 1. We got Kage Rosa, I think is how you say his name, in slot 2. And his bonus abilities are full stamina damage boost and damage to weakened enemies. And then the same thing goes for Masaki. She is at 4 out of 5. With full stamina damage boost and damage to weaken enemies. Now, if you look at units that you should be using for your NAD bots, I would say that a really good option if you are like out of options, like a last resort, I would say you could get away with running this Soy Phone in your slot 3. You know, as just someone who's there for your paralyzation or paralyzing the enemies, and then Momo is also another really nice side option, as well as a unit like Masaki, and this Kage Rosa is also really good for what we're trying to do here. I think what I want to do is give this guy a full stamina damage link instead of just running straight up normal attack damage. So maybe what I'll do in this video in specific is, rather than Ishin, we'll run full stamina damage, and then yeah, let's forgo some of the attack stat here, and then we'll throw on double damage inflicted at full stam. Well, if we're gonna do that, we might as well just use Chad. I know this seems kind of bizarre, but just trust the process here. I can assure you that there is a method to the madness. I just gotta find Chad. We will replace you, and then something like this I think will work out really nicely. And then with Momo, I think we're not running Momo. So what we're gonna do is run a sticker, a Chappie, and then a Hollow Bait, as I don't have a gold Chappie, and we'll just run triple NAD damage for Masaki. This setup, I've been able to consistently get around 15 seconds really easily, and then yesterday I did get a sub 10-second run, but I think the ballpark for this team on a really good reset would be about 5 seconds in this specific setup. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 runs and show you just 2 examples of how this could potentially go, and then if the runs are just completely awful, we'll reset and do all that fun stuff, but you guys can see the bad run in this case, because I do want to show you that it's not always you know, sunshine and rainbows over here, but I do kind of have an idea of how we can do this. So immediately we just want to go in. Oh, and my controller is not working. That is a phenomenal start. Let's go ahead and just let this terrible run that was ruined by the controller not being plugged in. Let's just let that go. I love when these things go perfect, right? Like, that was obviously intentional. I did that on purpose. Get that in there, and there you go. So even with the controller mess up, we still got about 10 seconds. That just shows you how good this team is, right? Masaki, if you want to know exactly what we're doing, Kage Rosa is there for the normal attack damage you guys are obviously seeing, and then Masaki is there because she provides a multi-barrier as well as a boost. So those two are kind of like what you've got going on. Really good NAD units for this specific setup, but you guys just saw right there a really easy sub 10-second run, even with a terrible mess up in the beginning with the controller. So let's try and get a little bit faster of a time now that I can actually play the video game. I know with proper resets, a Soul Bomb from waves 2 to 5 is possible, but I don't think that's what we want to look for here. So let's go ahead and get Jinta out of the way, do this, and now. We're going to get, it's not going to, I don't know if it's going to be any faster. It's going to be a little bit faster by about 1 second. Again, could be a little bit better, but I think that kind of gives you the general idea that this is one of the easier setups for guild quests. So let me know down below what setup you guys are using. You guys can see we are, you know, basically just like a little bit under sub 10. So I'm going to go ahead and do some resets, see if I can get a little bit faster of a time. But these were just the runs for the sake of the video. Range, no affiliation, a very easy setup. You guys can see we are falling out of A-League on my guild, but it is what it is. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll catch you guys next time.